Southern California home sales dropped to one of the lowest levels on record. That was the headline in the Orange County Register. And today we're gonna dive into that article. We're gonna look at all the numbers and we're gonna give you all of the information that you need, whether you're looking to buy or sell now or in the future. My name is Rick Lee and I'm with Realtor Broker, and let's get into it. So this article was in the Orange County Register. It was only available to subscribers of the Orange County Register, but I think it's important that I give it to my subscribers because I want to make sure that you guys have all the information that you need. So whenever you're ready to buy or sell, you have you know the numbers, you've done your research, and you have access to all the information that you need. So let's dive into it. The Southern California home sales dropped to one of the lowest levels on record. And I've highlighted the important parts. If you want to go back and read everything else, that's fine. But I just didn't want to take 2 hours on this thing. I really wanted to just get through it and get you all the information that really mattered. So the median price of a Southern California home fell to $705,500, the lowest median in 9 months, CoreLogic reports Monday, November 21st. They have a great graph here. SoCal home buying monthly closed sales for 6-county region starting from February 88 all the way to today. And when they say the 6-county region, they mean San Diego County, San Bernardino County, Riverside County, Orange County, LA County, and Ventura County. Those are the 6 counties they are referencing when they say the 6-county region. So as you can see, things were crazy in February of 03 and July of 05, lots of home sales. And then here today, things have dropped. Dropped for 2 reasons: low inventory and people are scared of the rates. And look, it's made homes less affordable, and we'll get into those numbers here in a second. But those are the facts. So moving on, the total number of homes sold fell 39% to 14,529 transactions. CoreLogic figures show. That's the second lowest total for the month of October in numbers dating back to 1988, and the lowest for any month since the pandemic crashed home sales in April and May of 2020. During the past 35 years, just 28 months had fewer sales. October housing numbers fit a trend that started in June, following one of the steepest rises in mortgage interest rates over the past half century. Right? I mean, look, we were at 2% at one time, and now we're all the way at 7%. I mean, how crazy is that? I don't think anyone predicted that, but with inflation, the Fed had to counter that and bring up the rates, which had slowed the market down a bit. But there's something I want to focus on, because I get a lot of people, clients, friends, anyone that I talk to about this current market, and they say, well, back when it was 2%, it was great, it was free money. But look, when it was 2%, 2.5%, when the craziness was going down, when I was writing offers and when people were trying to buy homes, they were competing with a lot of people, right? 15 to 20 offers. I had one listing that had 30 offers, right? And so a house that was $800,000, tons of offers were coming in. People were overbidding the property all the way to $900,000, right? I had one at $775. We got an offer as high as $925. We closed at $900. But those are the examples of how prices were rising in that crazy market. The other thing that you have to notice or remember is sellers weren't giving any concessions. They weren't repairing anything. There could be a missing front door and a toilet, and people were still overbidding the home, right? They weren't repairing termite work. Homes were sold as is. Contingencies were removed. An appraisal contingency. I saw so many offers with no contingencies, and that's scary, right? You need your contingencies for your safety. They also did a report the other day. A couple reports came out that said most people that bought during that time weren't happy, don't like the house they live in. That's not cool, right? When we buy a home and we're gonna be there for 5, 10, 20, the rest of our life, we wanna enjoy the house and the neighborhood. So yes, money was cheap. yes, we had great rates, but you're paying for it, right? Now in today's market, rates are high, prices have came down a little bit, right? Sellers are giving concessions. They're repairing termites, they're fixing leaks, they're giving credit for 2-1 buy downs, which is making homes affordable. And if you're interested in hearing about that, that's how I'm getting my offers accepted on the buy side and the listing side, because it's all about affordability, right? When people are buying a home, they do think about, okay, is it $1 million? Is it 500,000? But in reality, they're really looking at basically what their monthly is going to be. And so the 2-1 buy down is helping that monthly come down. So if your rate's at 7, first year it's at 5, second year at 6, back at 7. But if you want any more information on that, feel free to reach out. But look, those are the things that we have to really think about and dissect and compare and contrast, right? Like, yes, rates are high, home sales are down, but you pick your poison. Do you want to pay $100,000 over and take home as is and have limited opportunity? Or do you want to be able to take your time, find the right home, get it below asking possibly, get concessions, make the right choice? Because the other thing that you have to remember, you can change your interest rate, you can refi, you can't change the price of the home. And we'll see in this article, no matter what these headlines say, overall in Southern California, home values are going up. So if you want to wait till this supposed crash, good luck, because prices are going up and you're just going to pay more. So let's move into it. Going on, average rates for the popular 30-year fixed rate rose more than 7% at the start of November, just over 3% at the end of 2021. On Thursday, November 17th, the Freddie Mac rate retreated to 6.61%, still double start of year rates. As a result, buyers need to borrow money, lost more than a third of their purchasing power, which is hard to digest, right? Very hard to digest. While the median home price rose just 4.4% since October 2021, right? Prices have gone up 4.4%. The typical mortgage payment for the last month's median price home jumped 62% or $1,418 a month. A buyer who could afford last year's median price at $675,500 can now only afford a home costing $436,000, which is less than the median price for an Inland Empire condo, right? So is that pushing people out of California? Yes, seeing a lot of people, that can't afford due to the interest rates, even before, have moved out of California. But the one thing I want you also to know, I see a lot of out-of-state buyers. I have a lot of out-of-state buyers. So yes, people are leaving California, but people are coming back or moving to California, right? From New York, Florida, Texas. I get a lot of inquiries from out-of-state buyers. Home prices decreased from September levels in 5 of the 6 counties, including CoreLogic's latest report. In Los Angeles County, the median home price was up, but the increase was a mere 0.2%. Despite last month's price drop, medians throughout the region remained above year-ago levels. The region's median was up 4.4% from $675,500 in October of 2021. So the top of this article, it said that home prices were down, which are correct, like they said, in the last, 9 months? But year over year, we're still increasing and still rising, and I still believe home prices will rise. Sales were down in all 6 counties, falling to 39% to 40% in all but Orange and Ventura counties. Here's a county by county breakdown of the median price and sales with percentage changes from last October. So Los Angeles County, year over year, median rose 2.1% to $801,500. Sales fell 39.6% to 4,631 transactions. Orange County median rose 3.3% to $950,000. 1,000, sales fell 34.6% to 2,118 transactions. Riverside County median rose 3.8% to 545,000. Sales fell 40.1% to 2,670 transactions. They go over San Diego County, San Bernardino County, and Ventura County as well. And you can dive into that if you'd like. But I just want to thank all of you guys for hanging out and listening to me break down this article. My overall take is, yes, sales are down. Number one, because the rates, people can't afford certain price points, especially the high price points where, over $1 million, where borrowing money, your monthly is going to be very expensive. And also inventory, right? Inventory, people don't want to sell. They have too much equity in the home. They have a great interest rate locked in. And so people are scared. I've had a ton of listing appointments canceled because they said, Rick, why are we going to leave when we have this such a low interest rate and we're scared of the market? But look, things are normalizing. Things are coming to reality, which is the new normal, right? We dealt with COVID, having to wear masks, stay in our houses, and that was our new normal. And then we opened up, people got vaccinated, we were able to not wear masks. And now we have to deal with this new normal, and that's a higher interest rate. Do I believe there's going to be a correction in some areas? Yes, but overall, I feel like prices will continue to rise, and that's hard to digest for some people because they think this crash is coming, but it's not. So if you have any questions about any particular areas in Southern California, because remember, real estate is hyper local. What the prices are in Santa Ana compared to Irvine, compared to Rossmore, Los Alamitos, Seal Beach, to Ventura, everything is different, right? Especially from state to state. Like, people are, looking at these broad numbers on the news and they're saying, oh my God, everything's crashing. It's like, yeah, what's happening in Arizona and Austin, Texas is a lot different than what's happening here in Southern California. So if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me directly. I'd be happy to answer any of them, or just chat through your plans to buy or sell. My name is Rick Lee. I'm with Real Broker, and I'll see you on the next one.